Hi, Bill here. I'm on a little mini camping trip just for maybe a day or two. I'm at Blue Knob State Park in Pennsylvania, and I just wanted to kind of get away from it, somewhere quiet, more laid back, just by myself, quiet time camping trip. So it's beautiful up here. I'm surrounded by woods, and that hill right behind me, that is Blue Knob, pretty much the peak, which is a ski mountain. And there's a lot of backlighting here that's messing with me when I try to show that, but here comes a motorcycle past. Let him go by. Might be loud on the camera. So yeah, I'm just here relaxing for a couple days. This was kind of a last minute deal. I went to church this morning and I decided I already have all this camping stuff pretty much in the car. Throw a few more things in, come up here for a couple nights and sit around the campfire and do some reading. And there's very little cell service, very little. Even though I'm up high, there's not much cell service around here. And I don't know what those towers are over on that hill. I don't know if you can see that. That's Blue Knob Peak. There's a few towers up there, but it must not be cell towers because I'm not getting much service here. And that is about 3,000 foot elevation. That's, as far as I know, I think that's the second highest place in Pennsylvania. The highest, I think, is down around Seven Springs, and it's not much higher than that. So this is about as high as it gets. And in the wintertime, this is definitely another world up here. So I even had to drive a little bit up from the campground to get out in this open field and get a little tiny bit of cell service to just text and make sure there was no emergencies, nobody's trying to get a hold of me. So I'm gonna be chilling out here for a day or two and relaxing, so I'll talk to you soon. Hi, Bill here. Just thought I'd kind of show my campsite. I got campsite up here at Blue Knob State Park. That's a bathroom and shower up there. You can see one RV pretty far over there, and that's it. There's like maybe 2 or 3 other RVs in the whole park, and that's all there is. So that's nice. I'm down here kind of by myself. There's fire ring. I got some chicken going on. And I didn't put the canopy up yet. It hasn't rained yet, but I just got here a little while ago. So I just got here a couple hours ago and just kind of still in the middle of setting up camp and getting things situated and resting a little bit in between. There's the tent. Kind of put it up there in the grass, and that was in the shade pretty much all day, it looks like. The sun doesn't quite get back into there, so it'll be nice if I need to lay down, in the afternoon. Then I won't have to worry about it being hot in there. It'll be nice and cool. So I am enjoying myself up here, just chillaxing, where there's really hardly any cell service or anything. So just listening to the radio, doing a little reading. I'm gonna sit by the fire here in a little while. It's still a little bit warm, but it'll cool off quick up here at this elevation at night. And it's going to be just good to sit around the fire and relax and praise God for this place and everything He's made. And I just always, when I'm somewhere like this, really praise God for what He's given us, the beauty in creation, and the just the awesome things that He's created. So we'll see if we see any deer come out. I don't know, because there's not too many people here. I wouldn't be surprised if, I've even been here before and seen bears go across this park, this field here in the middle of this campground. So we will see. Hi, Bill here. I'm still here at Blue Knob Campground camping and just going for a little walk here just to stretch my legs. And don't worry, I put tick repellent on my sandals and my legs and pretty much all over me. So just decided I would go for a little walk here around this field. There's a little trail here I can get in the shade. It's pretty warm out today. I'd say it's in the 80s and kind of humid. And there's a neat thing here they made. I'll show this to you. These trees are kind of bent over, and they made a little, I don't know what you call it, sort of like a little patio here with a little viewing area and some benches. It's pretty cool, I think, how this tree, both of these trees got bent over by, I don't know what, the wind or lightning or something at one time. And then you can walk right between them. And then they have this cool little seating area here, some benches. And I actually just ran into some fellows here that were viewing the solar eclipse. So we looked through their filters at that for a little bit. And there's some weird thing where I'm getting cell service right here. For some reason, I get a little bit of service right here. It's just a sweet spot. I think it's just cool how these trees kind of got knocked over, and then they made this little area here that's mostly in the shade. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. So I thought I would show that. And I'm just here relaxing today. Thought I'd go for a little stroll. I'm only, I don't know, a quarter mile from my tent. Just walked up from the campground and across the road to this little area just to hang out for a little bit, and now I'm going to go back down to camp. Hi, Bill here. I'm at camp, and I was just starting to think about lighting some charcoal for dinner. I'm going to have some venison steaks, and as I was stretching my legs and going for a little walk around the campground here, I found something to go with those venison steaks. Let me show you here what this is. I don't know if you can see that. Those are called shaggy mane mushrooms, and they're one of the handful of wild mushrooms in Pennsylvania that are edible that I know of, that I'm confident of. A lot of people eat lots of different kinds of mushrooms that are, well, taking a chance, but this one definitely isn't. These are shaggy manes. They start out little like this one, and then they get bigger, and then what happens is there's some other ones over there that are called inky caps. I don't know if you can see that. The cap thins out and then just gets all black and disgusting. So yeah, I had good plans for my venison dinner here at camp. I had a nice bunch of kale, a nice bunch of collard greens, some spinach, and in the middle of packing, I forgot it all in the fridge. So I do think I will do these couple mushrooms that I found here in the campground in some bacon and canned carrots. I left without all my greens. Well, I'm going home tomorrow for one day, and then going camping again. I'm taking advantage of this weather and feeling a little bit better, and I'm gonna try to go home tomorrow and do a day of detox therapies and just do that kind of thing to prepare myself for the next stage of my couple weeks of camping here. I literally normally would be every week doing something like this when I feel my normal self, and I'm trying to get out of the sun here. And I was off work here all spring and summer and really never did anything much. A few little kayaking trips, which were just going out and floating around a little bit, a few little fishing trips, but normally I would be off backpacking, camping, motorcycling. None of that happened. And I finally said, I can sit at camp and feel rough instead of sitting at home and feel rough. So that's what I've been trying to do the last couple of weeks. And as I've said in some other videos, and I'm going to update you all that in another video here soon. I'm going to be taking classes here starting in a week, so I'm going to have to be concentrating on that. So I really wanted to just get away and just relax and, stop stressing about things, stop stressing about Lyme and all that kind of stuff, and just have a little bit of relaxing time, which this is the kind of stuff I love to do right here. Actually, today was the solar eclipse. My plan for the last 2 years would have been to be in the Smoky Mountains down on one of the balds, probably Max Patch or one of the other balds down on the Appalachian Trail down by Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I had really planned on being down there to see the eclipse, and that didn't happen because of various reasons, between being too sick to take on something that ambitious and being, financially with Lyme disease, as you all know, it takes its toll on our finances, and I've been off of work for the last several months, just on unemployment, trying to get by and treat on a budget. So that trip didn't happen, and so I thought, well, I'll just come up here and camp for a couple days, and I ran into a couple guys today that came up here to see the eclipse, and they had a little glass out of a welder's helmet that they were looking through to see it, because you can't look directly at it. Here in Pennsylvania, it covered about 50% of the sun. It was still way too bright to look at. It would not be safe. So it was kind of cool that I ran into those guys and had some interesting conversations. They're guys that live close by here, and so that was interesting. It was good to see the eclipse from up here. As I think I said the other night, I'm on, I think, what is the second highest mountain in Pennsylvania that you can drive to. I'm at Blue Knob, Pennsylvania, and I think it is where the highest house in the state is, if I'm not mistaken. There's a couple houses up by the ski resort that are the highest houses in Pennsylvania. So we're talking, being around 3,000 foot elevation here. So I thought this would be a great place to get away from the heat, to come up here, chill out, get away from, have a little sabbatical from, online stuff and stressing about Lyme and see what happened with the eclipse. I didn't know what I was going to see, but it was good that I ran into those guys and was able to look through those filters and see it. So that was quite a blessing. I didn't know it was going to be that impressive here. I have friends, Kim Watson, Tori and Angela, and that whole family that lived down in Tennessee. I guess they had quite a show down there. So I was glad to see them post on Facebook that they had a blast, together, enjoying that. So anyhow, I'm still here at camp for one more night, and as you can see, it's beautiful out. Hasn't rained at all since I've been here. And I'm going to be packing up tomorrow and going home for a day, as I said, and then on to the next stage of a few more days at camp. And so stay tuned. It's Bill. I thought I would just show you more of my campsite. It's getting towards sunset here, so the sun's kind of bright. I'm not completely roughing it. That is an electrical post. And this is my tent. See if I can get this up here with one hand. And basically, I've got a inflatable mattress and I have sleep apnea. I have a CPAP machine in there, so it's kind of a comfy camping situation. I have backpacking equipment, but I thought for this trip, gonna have a little more comfort, and yeah, that's I'm used to roughing it, but I thought, why not have a little bit of comfort while I'm dealing with Lyme disease and just trying to come out here and do this. You know, I just thought I just want to be out here and trying to turn around here to get out of the sun. And as you can see, there's lots of weeds around here, lots of grass, and I am in shorts and sandals, but I sprayed a lot of bug repellent on my legs and sandals and on some of my other equipment. So, and I've been checking myself a lot, so I'm just really enjoying being out here. It's really been a blessing to be able to do this, and for a long time I wasn't able to. So, you know, I might pay for it, which it is what it is. I'm glad just to be able to come out here and do this. This is my thing that I like to do. I like to be in the outdoors. I'd like to be being way more in the outdoors. But if I can drive 20 minutes from home and chill out like this, that's good enough for me right now. That's better than sitting at home. I know many of you that are probably watching this are maybe a little bit envious, and I feel sorry that you can't do this. I know many of you are too sick to be able to do something like this, and you know, you're in my prayers, and just know that someday we'll all have our lives back to be able to do the things that we love to do, and I just you know, hope that we can all conquer this thing in the near future. As you can see, even when I'm out here, you know, feeling half decent, I still have this brain fog where I have trouble forming sentences, and you know, it's part of what happens to some of us neurologically, that you know, you have trouble finding words, and it's difficult for somebody like me. I'm an engineer. I try to be on top of my game as far as, you know, being able to read, and it's just difficult whenever you're dealing with something like this. So for all of you that are not able to do this, I'm out here doing this for you and thinking of you and praying for you. Hey, it's Bill. I got home from camping at Blue Knob a couple hours ago, and we just had a big time downpour go through, so that was close. I managed to get everything torn down and packed up this morning, and got home before the thunderstorms rolled through, and it looks like there's another one on its way here right now. I had a good time up there seeing the eclipse and having campfires and just chilling out, reading, listening to music, just enjoying being out in the woods. And I'm only home for one night here, and I'm going back out. I know, call me crazy, but I want to really take advantage of this time. I'm going to be, as I spoke about in other videos, I'm going to be going to do some classes online here within a week. So I wanted to really, you know, kind of go relax and do some camping in the meantime until that starts, because after that starts, I don't know how much free time I'll have to do anything. I'll have to be devoted to that. So I had that really good 9 days at church camp that was really blessed, and and then this quick trip that I just did here the last couple days, and now I'm going for 3 nights. I found a little lake that's only about a half an hour away from where I live, and there's no campground there, but they have 6 little cottages right along the lake. I can literally pull my kayak off the roof and throw it in the lake right at the cottage. So there's just real little rustic cottages right along this lake at Yellow Creek State Park. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been there before, so someplace new to go, a new adventure, and also just a different thing. Yes, the last 2 days I've been on a mountain, a pretty high elevation. The next 3 days I'm going to be along a lake, and so I'm looking forward to that. And it's supposed to be, after these fronts go through tonight, it's supposed to be sunny out for the whole rest of the week. So this really is working out pretty good. Hopefully it stays that way. You know how the weather can change, but it's supposed to cool off actually too, so that'll be good for me because I hate heat. As I've said before, it's supposed to be more like 70s and sunny and low humidity the next few days, and some cool nights. These last couple nights that I've been camping, I really didn't light a fire until dark because it was so warm and humid out. So maybe a little more weather for doing that, for sitting by the fire, trying to warm up by the fire. So I just wanted to update y'all and let you know that that's what's going on with me, and I'm still feeling half decent. So I thank God for that I've been able to feel good enough to go do these couple little trips. They're just little laid back camping trips within a half an hour from where I live. There's a couple places I really wanted to go this year. As I said before, I wanted to go see the eclipse, but that didn't happen. And there's some places in northern Pennsylvania that I really love that I haven't been to for 2 years. That's more like a 3-hour drive, and that's not going to happen right now. I just don't want to do that and get that far away. And what happens if I really go downhill feeling worse with my Lyme if I'm that far away from home? I just don't want to chance it, and I don't want to get that ambitious right now. So I decided I'm going to do these couple little cheap, little quick camping trips close to home and relax here as summer's coming to an end. We're really getting into weather that's more along what I like here soon, cooler and the kind of weather I prefer to be in. So it's a quick update for you. I might even just kind of tack this on with my videos that I did from the last couple days camping, and just maybe put it all together in one. And I don't know what kind of cell service I'm going to have at this place, no idea. So the last couple days I haven't been able to really spend much time online, which was fine. That was part of the plan, not doing much watching YouTube videos or being on Facebook or anything like that. I had enough service that I could go get some text messages and emails and stuff like that, and that was about it. So I don't know if that's going to be the case where I'm going or not, but I figured while I'm home here I can upload a couple videos for you to update you on where I'm at. So prayers please for a safe trip, and that I'll continue to be feeling better here. It was another pulsing of my treatments, so the last 2 days I've been off treatments, and I'll be going back on tomorrow. And usually when that happens, I usually hurts pretty bad, as you saw when I did the other camping trip there last week. So I just appreciate any prayers as far as that's concerned, that I'll feel good enough to enjoy my time away. Thank you very much.